35 years of making good beers. Hey, it's Bryon Lape back with a beer review, and thank you so much for all the nearly 2,000 people that have subscribed to this channel. I appreciate it very much. I thank every single one of you, and thanks for stopping by for another beer review. Let me know in the comments below about your favorite Abita beer, or Abita. I'm not sure how it's pronounced. Let me know that. I'm sure Ronald will tell me since he lives down in Louisiana. So this is the 35th Anniversary Pilsner. Now hopefully this is still good. This is one of the things about moving out to where I am. The beer selection sucks. Now there's a brand new, well, it's not brand new liquor store. It's a that they bought it. I went there last week right before all their stuff came in, and I got some Dogfish Head that was medium. It said it still had some time on it, but I think it was cold and was room temperature when I bought it. It was okay, but it should have been much better. So that's why I didn't review it. And hopefully I want to go back. I'd love to get down there tomorrow, maybe not till Tuesday. So this is, I'm not a big Pilsner fan, mainly because Pilsners in the United States are horrible. Now I've had some German Pilsners and they're good. So Miller is supposed to be a Pilsner beer. Now Anheuser-Busch, in my view, is just a pale lager. Now some would argue it's a Pilsner. It doesn't have the right hop profile for me. They do use some noble hops. But to me, if it is, it's a pale imitation. Now, I understand it's supposed to be copied from Budvar, which is a Pilsner. Pilsner Urquell is, if you want to get technical, is the only Pilsner. If it's not made in Pilsen, it's not a Pilsner. But all that aside, let's see how this is. So this is not technically a Pilsner glass. It should be more fluted. Actually, I see one right now I could have used. But anyway, I don't want to start all over again. But this is from Great Lakes. I probably got it at Jungle Jim's beer tasting of some sort somewhere along the line. I don't remember, but it's close enough for government work, so we're going to utilize it. So let's see. Okay, has the right smell. That is not the smell that I typically get with Budweiser. Now the problem with Budweiser, and I've reviewed some stuff, and maybe at one point I'll actually review Budweiser, is I get sour, a green apple almost instantly. And then of course I get headaches. But it's got the right coloring. I don't know why it's not clearer than it is. But maybe the glass is clean. So that should be a lot clearer. But it's got the right kind of fizz. It's got the right kind of usually Saaz hops. S-A-A-Z is one of the Pilsnery hops that, at least in my view, you can comment below if you think I'm full of it, but that's usually the noble hop that I think of, because that's what typically is grown down there in southern Germany and into what is now the Czech Republic. So Pilsen is a Czech beer. It was Czechoslovakia when I was there back in '85. So. Now, Sam Adams used to make a very good Pilsner called Golden Pilsner. Now, they made the Noble Pilsner a few years ago, and myself and all of my friends, we called it Noble Piss. It was horrible. I knew people that got it on draft, and bartenders would be like, why are people not liking this? They checked all their lines. It's not their lines. That beer, I cannot believe Jim, I don't know what Jim was on when he approved that beer. It was horrible. It's kind of like, I look at the Festina Pesh from Dogfish Head the same way. It was absolutely horrible. They made it slightly better, but it was still horrible. I don't know if it's trying to mix the peach with the sour. I don't know. It just doesn't work. And it might be one of those, unless your palate is extremely refined, you can't get the subtletyness, and it just doesn't come across. This is a mediocre Pilsner. Abita has some good beers. Most of what I've ever had of theirs has been kind of just 3 out of 5, just middle of the road, nothing spectacular, but also no surprises. So sometimes you just want a good, decent, consistent beer. A lot of their beers go well with almost anything you want to eat. It's really good with shrimp gumbo and spicy foods and all that stuff, your typical Louisiana cuisine. maybe even Low Country Boil, all that kind of stuff. It's almost any beer of theirs, you can just pick it up and have it. I think Purple Haze, there's a couple of them I've had. I don't know if I've really reviewed any. None of my friends have had this. 3.57 is the untapped average of 1.2 thousand, so 1,200 people reviews. I'm giving it a 3. It is now granted, Pilsner is a style that typically is just kind of there. It's meant to have with food. Think about, so Southern German cuisine into the Czech Republic, especially Sudetenland, the German influence there through the Austro-Hungarian Empire, all that area. You've got paprika that's not fully spicy until you get further to the east. But you have thick, meaty sausages and heavy soups and heavy bread. And then you've got this very light, airy, if you will, floury, almost Pilsner style that is made to just clean your palate, leave a little bit of hops behind, not much, so that you can enjoy your meal. And so when you start with a style like that, it is very, in my view, very difficult to hit that style dead on. It is very easy to make an approximation of that style. This is one of the things that Budweiser will say, that their beer is one of the hardest to make, and I absolutely agree. Now, they make a very pale imitation of a Pilsner, and I would probably give it a 1.5 out of 5. Now, if I was doing Bud, similar to the Miller, well, I did that with some of the other, I have done, I did Bud Light or something like that. I kind of did it in its style, and then did it in what it's supposed to be. So this is a solid effort, solid 3. No surprises. There's a little weirdness on the nose. Very, very light. You got to really inhale deeply. But untap at home. It's out of the bottle, not the can. It is earthy and floral. It's not piney, and it's almost but not quite clean. And that's the thing about the style. And one of the dogs has gas, and I wish you could smell it because they're going out soon. But I got 3 badges with that. But anyway, let me know what you think. Am I being a little too harsh? It is a very difficult style to do properly. I will absolutely admit I don't know if there are more than a handful of good examples, even German or Czech Pilsners. Maybe next time I'm in Cincinnati, I'll see if I can pick some. I mean, Budvar I got years ago, and I loved it. But I haven't seen Budvar at Jungle Gyms in a long time, but I don't look that often. And of course, now that I've moved, I haven't been there in 6-7 months. So let me know if they've got some. I'm going to see, I don't know how in the world I'm going to get a hold of any around here. Maybe somewhere in Johnson City. But, I mean, it's a solid good. I mean, this is good. It's just this style is extremely difficult to do very well. So it's a 3 out of 5. I would drink this over anything made by any mega brewer, Plank Road, Miller, Budweiser, any Pabst, Coors, all that. That's all garbage beer. But so let me know if there's anything about Abita or Abita. Let me know how to pronounce it properly, and let me know. Go look through my reviews. Is there something that you want me to review from them? I'll see what I can get. I'm trying to do more and more beers. There's some fantastic breweries in this area, here in East Tennessee, as well as across the state line in North Carolina. South Carolina is not too far. Virginia is like an hour. Damascus Brewing, they've got growler. They've also got a distillery I gotta check out. Probably have to get some growlers of their beers. They don't bottle anything. There's some stuff made locally. It's actually made in Johnson City, but the brewer literally lives 10 minutes up the road. It's in a big can. I'm not a big fan of cream ales. It's one of the best cream ales I've ever had. Ever. It's very, very good. And I got to get to reviewing that. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you for the years of support. Thank you for spreading the message, sharing all these videos on all your social media. That is big appreciated. And thank you for searching for me as well. And we will see you. Goodbye. I really need to get that set up over there. Back there. In which case, I'm packing. All right, really need a rifle. Why does it? Makes no sense.